Start her up.
Hey, everybody. Oh, hope we can hear us. Here, Studios. Welcome back. Good to have you here on a Fast Friday. I'm George, who I know the GFW Trains. I'm Wally, the guy that takes GFW Trains places. And OG George. Where the George got his name from. And I'm the old guy that taught these guys everything they know about trains. And he put them in. He takes him places. Oh, I used to take him places. No. Now he takes me for a ride. Notice the modesty seeping in here. Yeah. Well, hey, welcome to Fast Friday, where we talk about everything, but mostly trains. As you can see, we got special guests in the studio. OG George, welcome to the Worldwide Studio, OG. Well, it's a pleasure to be on. Have missed being on, seeing all our. Yeah. And I hear he brought some cool trains, huh? Yeah, he did. I mean, so we brought over, well, one of them was a York purchase. Actually, they're both York purchases. One of them was a York purchase that was a birthday gift, and the other one was a York purchase that was a gift. Very cool. Very cool. We're going to share those as part of the stream, right? Yeah. And so, should I turn them out? No, we'll wait. Before we begin, I got to make sure that we're going all right. I don't know if we've got the sound going. So somebody in the audience can tell me if you guys are able to hear us. You got sound. If you're just joining us, welcome to the stream. If you're new around here, welcome to GFW Trains. If you're returning, glad to have you back. So, Fast Friday, kick back, relax. We like to sit down, talk about some trains, talk about different things, and get ready to the weekend. Grab yourself some iced tea and hang out. Well, what's running here today? Well, so to start off, we've got our Lionel TNT-CF7s that we bought at York. With a friend of ours, Golden Gate Eagle signature car. They're pride and joy. He had his rail and figured out. But I put them away because they weren't running the best. One of them has an issue with the pickup rollers. So yeah, I gotta get that fixed. But yes, we got that running. It's such a beautiful set. Then we got my favorite train. Well, my favorite locomotive on the inside track is the PAP or Pacific Freight Express Reefer train. 31 cars long. 31 cars. But 31. Whoa. Yeah, so and then it's being pulled by the Cat 4. I just noticed this too. We got the Rock of Police out there. Union Pacific. Yeah. Well, it's a unit train that had to go on both railroads. Yeah. That's where. Remember, the Union Pacific didn't get all the way to California in those days. They had to hand it off either to the Southern Pacific or the Western Pacific to get to California. Forgot to put our microphones on. That's what it was. Right. So, hey, some people just coming through the door. It's great to have you with us tonight. Let me roll through some of the people here. We've got, let's see, Matt's Trains 48 in the house. Good to see you, Matt. Matt's the guy that puts together a lot of these cars here. We've got the GFW Trains Caboose. We've got the George Tier Special. We got the $1,000 subscriber. $1,000. The 1,000 subscriber box car. Matt's always coming through for us with some real cool trains. So Conrail 8098's in the house. Found some great 1776 cars. Well, that's cool. Good stuff. We got John's Trains, BFGR in the house. Welcome to the stream. Got a lot of guys coming through the door. We got Bill Cabernis in the house. Hi, Bilko. Welcome to the stream, Bill. Bill is a good friend of ours. If you're not familiar with Bill, check out our stream from last week. He was over hanging out with us, doing some stream. Everybody drink. George Sion game.
That's one of the things that we do when George yells or when George says "can't forward," got to take a drink. So there we go. Hey, and as Bill says, do us a favor over here and GFW Trainers, if it's your first time around here and new to the place, you like what you see, please subscribe. We'd love to have you as a subscriber. Or in the alternative, if you're already a subscriber, do us a solid smash that like button because that does us a lot of help in getting the streams out there to the algorithm, and then we get more people that'll tune in on the next time because hopefully they like what they watch. So hope you're having a good time. Hope that you have a good time as we roll through here. So who else we got here? Apple Napkins Railroads in the house. Right on. Yeah. I wonder, we'll have to figure out what the story is on that from Apple Napkins. So Train Man Dan's in the house. There you go. Another yawn there from George. Drink up. I didn't bring my iced tea down here. I'm gonna need to get like a cup holder for my iced tea on this one. I got one over here that I put in for me, but that's in the captain's seat, unfortunately. I know, but he can't get over there when you're sitting here. So I need a cup holder. Isaiah Hawkins, one of our favorites in the house. Good to see Isaiah. And in fact, everybody's our favorite, so I don't want to pick out everyone, but Isaiah's been coming here for a long, long time. We got Train Man Dan in the house. We already talked about Train Man Dan. George, you getting some of these whistles for these guys? Yeah. And Alaska 3 Railroad in the house. A frosty good evening, everybody. Is it getting cold up there in Alaska? I bet it is. It's starting to get cold. Another yawn by George. We're on a yawn express here, folks.
We need coffee down here.
Need a little bit of coffee. So, Grandpa's here. Grandpa came with us to York. We talked about some of our York purchases. Grandpa also made a couple of really fun purchases, and that's what he brought out to share with everybody tonight, huh?
Yeah, well, I got lucky on a train set that's Lionel Chicago and Hall from Pacific. I've never had a Lionel Pacific before. We just unboxed it. Cars have never been run before, and George has got it sitting out around here. It's really quite a pretty train. I was just amazed, really, how big the Pacific engine is.
Yeah.
I would not think it was that big, but in reality, they weren't small engines.
We put it up next to the Berkshire.
Yeah, it's about the same size. Yeah. Well, I didn't realize that either until we went to go see 4501.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a Pacific, but that's a Mikado, and I've always thought of a Mikado as kind of a smaller engine.
It's stubbier, yeah.
I mean, it's not small, but it's not big either. I guess that's the best way I could put it. I never considered that a big engine.
Right. Isn't there a light Mikado and a heavy Mikado?
Yes, but I do believe that's all only in the tender.
Okay.
As opposed to the boiler.
I'm not up on my steam engines. You guys are more up on your steam engines.
I didn't know that about the light Mikado.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that, but I believe there's a light Mikado and a heavy Mikado. I believe the difference between a light Mikado and a heavy Mikado is the tender. So if I'm not mistaken, the 4501 is a light Mikado. That's what I think. Right. Just a little foreshadowing as to.
So with the 4501, what's the heavy Mikado? Tender just a lot longer.
I got to be honest with you, I'm not 100% sure.
Are there any Mikado nuts out there in the audience that know something about that?
Yeah.
Might want to contribute to that light Mikado, heavy Mikado.
NBC Swift Reaper.
So Conrad 098 thought he pulled something on George.
No, you can't
There's
pull
enough-
anything
there's
with
enough-
on George.
Actually, Bilko gave it to me. Bilko gave me the Swift Reaper.
What is a Swift Reefer?
Swift
Yeah.
Swift
The logo.
packing company.
Swift packing.
Gotcha.
You know, it's kind of funny. Swift meat.
You know what a Swift Reaper is? It's a Swift Reaper.
It's a fast reefer.
It's a Swift Reaper.
I don't know how to describe it.
It's
It's
a
the
Swift.
NBC boxcar with Swift on it.
Swift Packing Company used to have a packing house on Lincoln Avenue down in Chicago, right across the street from the bar my dad used to
Look at that.
own.
Look at that.
And, I was very little. I saw my first television in that bar.
You know what?
The fights on it.
You know what I remember Grandpa saying is that they held like a bag of olive oil on it in front of it to make it look bigger or something like that.
Yeah, with big mirror, a round mirror that went on the front of it. It's not a mirror, but a magnifying glass.
Make it look
Yeah, it was
bigger.
round. It really was. It was our
How big was it?
well, the screen down here was maybe 10 inches, but this bowl was like this. That was our first television set that we had at my house.
Wow.
Vincent Van Peppelgame. I'm always going to screw that one up. I apologize on that. Welcome to the stream.
Vincent Van. Wait, where is it? Vincent Van Peppelgame. Oh,
Hey, Peppelgame. George.
yes.
What a, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Vincent Van Peppelgame, you must be a good Dutchman.
Yeah. Grandma upstairs. She's upstairs hanging out with Mom,
Hi, Grandma.
Allegheny and Shenago Railroad.
Yeah, I looked at it.
I do too. I do too. He's in the house. And we got Zach Malcolm in the house. We got K&R Custom Models in the house. Yeah, Matt's Train's right. There is a Swift Reefer at the Illinois Railway Museum.
Hey,
Swift.
So George has got to go to get that out to the Illinois Railway Museum. He's going to get a truck. We're going to put that Swift Reaper on a truck, bring it back down here, open up the basement, and couple it on the train. Is that right, George?
You bet. You bet. Rob 412 in the house. T4, Tiny Town Trains in the house. We got Ted Smith coming in the house. Oh, everybody's rolling over from the premiere over there at Harrison's channel in North Country Trains. Well, welcome everybody just rolling through the door. Do me a solid, smash that like button if you're just rolling through the door. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Friday. Welcome to Fast Friday. We got OG George here. We got GFW Trains here. And we're about ready to talk about everything. But
those are
right on, right on. DB Tech's in the house. Good to see you, DB Tech. Zach Malcolm was saying, GFW Trains, there's a train show down in Peoria on Sunday, and I'm going.
cool.
Well, that's cool.
I'm going to one in.
Got two that you're going to the next 2 days.
You're going to Princeton, aren't you?
Going to Princeton tomorrow.
Oh, your PCA.
PCA Sunday.
Right.
I'm getting on an airplane to Utah Sunday.
Ooh, so you're not going to TCA? Why don't you loan me some money? I'll buy you some trains. Hook me up with some cash, Pops.
Sure.
George, you need to give me a hint on how to do this thing.
Sure. I had a different
Pops.
idea about this thing. Why don't you go buy me some trains and give them to me?
I'll buy your train. I'll buy your train. I would be glad to buy your trains. I'll give them to you and I'll store them right here at my house.
I see the storage yard.
What do you
keeps
think,
getting
man,
larger
George?
and
That
larger.
seems like it's a good.
Where are you going to store it, Grandpa?
We'll show them off.
Yeah, actually, that's the problem I was looking at when I bought this box. I couldn't see it other than the Acela, which George mentioned in this pretty big box. But I don't think the Acela is as big as this train.
Yeah, because the Chicago and Alton one, what you're referring to, the Chicago and Alton, that's all in the same box. You got the engine and the 4 cars in the same box, right?
Right.
When does that Chicago and Alton set come from? What era, Dad?
2003, I think. It's 2003 or 4, yeah.
2004, and that one's TMCC with Rail Sounds 5, right?
Yep.
That's a really neat set. Where I got my my GFW mobile cam here all set to go, and we are going to, I think at some point, do a.
Got a pretty good view of it going around the backside of the layout there right now in the upper level.
Yeah, it is sweet. I love. Okay, steam engines that aren't black always catch my eye.
Yeah.
How many railroads have non-black steam engines?
Baltimore and Ohio.
Oh, have you been watching the good stuff on YouTube? Somebody caught the Chessie business train.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in Baltimore, Ohio paint job, which is kind of interesting. It's really neat. Whoever that is, I know that the guy that does it, it's on this thing some of the time. So it's, but that's the first time I've seen the B&O business train, any pictures of it, or this Chessie. And it's remarkable that it's in the B&O colors. I would have thought they would have put it in Chesapeake and Ohio because the B&O was the little stepchild in that merger.
Yeah. But see, the Dino, I used some of there. The Cino had the yellow belly.
Yeah, that's the yellow and silver. That was the streamline. And I guess thinking about it, New York Central had a lot of great
Yeah,
stuff.
so how about this? Are we going to do including streamlined or not
Well, it's
It's easier. It's easier to paint a streamline.
oh, absolutely. Well, most of them were fluted, so they're aluminum.
And a lot of almost all the streamline engines were painted some sort of color.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
think they should be.
I agree, because there are no black streamlines. Well, I mean, I can't
Except for
think
like
of
the New York Central. That was
it.
it.
Or silver and gray.
Gray, yeah. That's the-
Right, right.
But yeah, you
Well,
got
I just got the all
all in. Southern.
Southern Green Crescent.
Um,
What else can you think of? How about, do we count the Gray Challenger?
Oh, yeah, the Greyhounds.
The Gray Challenger. They paid the 4.8 FEFs Gray, some of them.
some of them. There's
So-
a point when the 844 was gray.
I wonder if that was just business train stuff or. Okay, what else?
So we got Southern Pacific. We forget about that
Oh,
one.
God, I can't think. I guess though you could consider the Daylight though a streamlined.
No, I don't think that's streamlined.
I don't-
It's just the skirting. On it.
Yeah, I agree with you guys there.
I think streamlined is more of like a
Like-
casing around.
Right.
It's like if you see,
Like this Crusader.
Yeah.
And
Like
the
a J,
Empire
for
Express.
I saw a picture of the J without its streamline, like streamlining, like hit or whatever it's on it.
Right, right,
Maybe.
right.
It
does. It does. But Train Man Dan's saying that he got a chance to meet you over there at York before he left.
It's cool.
Good to catch up with him, and that was neat at York. Kind of wrapping around,
You
meeting
know.
up with friends and everything like that.
You know what's so neat for me at York? George being a first timer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, George being a first timer is. I've never seen a dog on a hunt.
Oh, George was crazy, man. I couldn't even keep up.
I don't think I might have seen him other than when we were gathered together at the motorhome.
And that was only after everything was closed.
Right. I don't think I saw George 10 minutes the whole 2 days we were there. I could just see.
Saw me awake.
Yeah.
I didn't see you asleep either.
So we got a lot of people rolling through the door here. Not to cut you off, we got a lot of people rolling through the door. Welcome to the stream. If you're new around here, welcome to GFW Trains, where we talk about everything but mostly trains. We are here at Fast Friday. Please do us a solid, smash that like button if you would. You're rolling through the door. If you're not a subscriber of GFW Trains, smash that subscribe button. We've got a lot of cool content, and we've got the 3 generations of Rotary train buds right here. We got OG George, Grandpa. We got me, the good-looking one, and then we got George, the loud one.
The modest one.
Bro, wait, whoa.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
Oh yeah.
I'm the good looking one. You're the loud one.
What? I am loud and good-looking. Thank you very much.
And they're both modest. Modesty doesn't run in this family. It gathers.
I am both good-looking and loud. So George T4 is asking what you're running tonight. You got some people just rolling through the door. Why don't you give a recap of what we're running?
Well, so what I'm running is we're running the San Fe Super Chief with the Golden Gate Depot cars. I switched out the engines from the Golden Gate Depot one just because those had
That one rolling through right there.
those have an issue with the pickup rollers underneath. One of the power units isn't getting one of the rollers isn't getting on one of the power units isn't getting power, which is causing it to cut out. Yeah, I didn't really want to run it like that, especially since they're not ours. So I put them away, and I put them with the
Important thing was they're not yours.
Yeah. So I did that. I got the Cat 4 running, my favorite engine.
Have a drink, everybody.
Cat forward.
Yes.
If you George yawns or George says cat forward every time, you got to take a drink. That's the George drinking game.
But yeah, I got the Cat 4, favorite engine, right? My Reaper train, of course, my favorite train. And then on the top, we got Grandpa's Chicago set, which has to be set with Pacific Pacific and the full car batteries.
So we got some cool trains. Some more people rolling through the door. Real Toy Trains in the house. How's it going, Real Toy Trains? David Stevens in the house. Good to see you. North Country Trains just getting done with debuting a cool video over there on his channel. Welcome to the stream, Harrison, over there, North Country Trains. Bill Cabernas, as I'm rolling through here, mentions a couple. So he says Southern Pacific, Great Northern, and Southern. I forgot about the Great Northern. And the CB&Q had a gold one.
But that was like excursion days.
Okay.
I wouldn't really count that one. But yeah, I would have loved to have seen that.
You know, I think now that you guys mentioned it, I'm not so sure that the Great Northern didn't have a green and silver paint job on some of their steam engines. Somebody might want to verify that one. Had a green body with a silver.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they
Yep.
have green boilers.
Yeah.
Yep. So we got David Stevens, we got North Country, we got Chicago Railroad Photography Center Pocket in the house.
That's a nice picture of the metric car.
Yeah. Gus Hadley, the lunatic from Arnold. Good to have you here. Uncle Greg's in the house.
Hi,
Good to
Greg.
see Uncle Greg.
See you Sunday, Greg.
Yeah. So Chicago Railroad Photography Center Pocket says you should probably invite people to be virtually interviewed like we did a couple months ago. We'll do that. I think we're going to come back around to doing some of those. But
I think it's been a situation where you've had so many people on in person. We haven't really had a need to do it.
right. But Apple Napkins, Wabash.
Really?
Yeah, did they have blue locomotive? Was that what Wabash was? I don't know. That's an interesting. That's an interesting topic. We're finding out a lot of them we didn't know here.
But wait, George, before you look that up, we got a $5.
Hold on. Wait.
What?
God.
George likes.
Do you want to do that while I look it up?
No, I want to sing together.
In Conrail 8098, the Chicago TCA Chicago Aquarium car. I don't think they made a Chicago Aquarium car. That was a very interesting thought.
What about a mint car?
A mint? I don't think it's a mint car either. But you know, you bring that up, it's a real interesting thing because the aquarium car, everybody said, the one it was called the Nautilus. It was a shed aquarium. They had two different versions of it. I'll give you a little story about that from the TCA convention in 2002. I had a proposal on the table for the aquarium car that we took a heavyweight passenger car, baggage car, or that was the first.
Cool.
That was the first Nautilus. The second one was a streamlined Santa Fe car, baggage car, that they used for transporting the fish from wherever to the Chicago Aquarium. And I had that proposal that be our.
That's a neat one. I've seen some pictures of that. It was wasn't like the Lionel took the mid cars and they just put a fish strip in there, which that not like they had aquarium cars out on the regular railroad or anything.
They weren't swimming around where you could see them.
Why don't you tell everybody what the Shed Aquarium is if you're not familiar with the Shed Aquarium?
The Shed Aquarium is one of the largest aquariums in the United States. It's located in what we call the museum complex out there. We have the planetarium in Chicago. The Field Museum of Natural History and the Adler Planetarium. They're all located just a little bit south of the loop along the lake by Grant Park. And if you come to Chicago, it's a must spend at least a day going to each of those museums. They're fantastic. And the Shed Aquarium was one of the first, if not the first, aquarium to transport. Most aquariums were found along shorelines. You have the aquariums out there in the Pacific, you have them in Florida and Marineland, all those places. But they're all on the ocean, so they can bring a boat with fish up there. Not so Chicago, you can't fill an aquarium with perch and whitefish from Lake Michigan. So they had the first. There was a heavyweight one. It was the first aquarium car, and they had tanks inside it. And the second one, as I said, was a aluminum-sided streamlined passenger car, a baggage car that had aquarium tanks in it. And as I said, I wanted very hard for that to be our convention car in 2002. And that got poo-pooed. We had the hidden gondola train that became the PCA cars for the aquarium for the convention. But I always was thinking, geez, if I were mechanically inclined, I'd take a Lionel 16-inch aluminum baggage car and I put the gearing in there or a motor in there with that film strip, and you could have an aquarium car. And the name of the aquarium car was the Nautilus. So Look it up for those of you that
Is
are
it still
interested.
around?
I don't know. I really don't know. It might be for all I know. As a matter of fact, yes, I think it is. It's still around, but obviously, it's it's easier to transport, less stress on the fish. Put them on an airplane in tanks. Put them on an airplane with a container. And get them to from a destination A to destination B in 2 hours rather than 2 days or 3 days or whatever.
Right, right. So welcome to everybody just coming in.
Yeah,
Do
we gotta
me a
sing.
solid and smash that like button and sing. What are we singing, George?
Wait, I don't know
What's
how
the
to
song?
start that song. How do you not know the song?
This is your song.
That's Crazy Train. That's like how you started.
Going
I think we have
off the rails on a crazy train.
Notice as these two fight, we have a parting of the train down here. We need a third eye here.
Yeah.
Going off the rails on a crazy train.
I get paid for sitting here listening to this. You know, they had to have some
Going off the rails on a crazy train.
Censored by Ozzy Osbourne.
So, for those of you just rolling through the door, smash that like button by our great singing. We got a couple 3 trains on the layout. Some cool ones up on the top level. We have got the Chicago and Alton Pacific made by Lionel with a set of 18-inch Lionel heavyweight cars. It was a set. It all came together. Was sold exactly like that. That was OG George's York, one of OG George's York purchase. On the outside track on the lower level, we have got the Chief running Lionel F3 units, pulling some Sunset passenger cars. And what's that? Golden Gate Depot passenger cars. And then on the outside rail, we have got a cab forward pulling George's reefer set of 31 reefers there. 31 reefers for George's reefer set.
And you know why George keeps running the reefer set? You realize how long it's taking to put it all away?
Right?
No, that's actually the reason why.
Yeah, I know that.
He's running the reefer set.
When I take a long train out of the boxes and stuff, I don't want to put it away because it takes so much time to put it away.
Right, right. So hey, Slagcat's saying it's not St. Patrick's Day till March, but I am sporting my Somerset County 4-H T-shirt here, the Train Master. So the clover is for 4-H, and it's for the 4-H's. And George, why don't you explain a little bit about what the Somerset County 4-H Train Masters Club is?
So the Somerset County 4-H Train Master Club is a 4-H group that is located in Somerset County, New Jersey, and they have modular.
It's all younger people too,
Yes,
right?
it's all kids under the age of 18. And we have 2 members that are over the age of 18, and they're kind of the they overlook the club. They sure everything looks good.
Right.
Yeah, it's all kids under the age of 18, and they have a huge modular layout where they run trains. Each kid has a module, and then every year they do it, they have to do a requirement of adding something modular. For example, first year, you have to build your module, you put basic scenery on it. Second one, the second year, you have to do some more advanced scenic work. The third year, you have to there's a lot, but yeah, it's really cool. They got a yard, a turntable.
Yeah. So it's really neat. We hooked up with them out at TCA convention.
In Rhode Island, yes. I don't remember what number it was. In 2018, and yeah, it's really cool. It's my first kind of flavor of kids my age.
It was so cool. What a neat group. And boy, the youth that were involved in it and the adults that were involved in it. And they welcomed us into the group, and they specifically welcomed George into the group. And he spent a lot of time running trains and making some really, really good friends. So we love to support the Somerset County 4-H. They sent us both some shirts, and we wear them with pride every time we get a chance. Don't we, George?
Hey, well, we're talking about conventions and things. I think this would be a good one to ask George. Now that you've been to a convention and you've been to York, Tell me, which do you like better?
I like the
Why?
Well, York is more like buying trains. That's cool. I guess the convention, I feel like the spy sell trade area was more of like a more like a regular TCA meet, just like scale. It'd be like one hall of a DuPage meet, where York was like 20 times what the conventions are. I think the cool part about the conventions though over York is the layout tours.
Right.
I think the layout tours and seeing the collections is probably the coolest part of the conventions, and honestly, that's my favorite part of the convention. I think that going to the layout tours and seeing a bunch of cool layouts, collections, I think that's the coolest part of York, or not York, the convention.
I agree with you
York, I just think it's cool buying trains, seeing trains there that you might not see anywhere else.
Right, I agree with you. You know, I don't know how many of the guys that are on the station or on the thing tonight that are members of the Train Collectors Association. If you guys are, you know, you want to, in your division, you want to always be checking into things and see if your division offers open houses, layout tours. You know, we tried to do that here in the Midwest Division, have open houses and layout tours. We're going to have an open house at my house sometime either in December or January while the layout's always a winter Christmas type layout. It's always, but it goes, you get more of the feeling of the outdoors when the snow's blowing and you have to shovel your way into my house, and then you come down and I got the basement turned down the temperature, so you sit there and shiver while you look at trains.
Look at that, George. We got another super chat.
Oh boy.
Another song. What kind of train song we got, George?
Up and down the Mona.
Yeah.
Everything is fine. Up and down the Mona. She's a real life Hoosier line.
There we go.
Does that count?
Mona, that works. That works. I like that. You even got OG singing. Pretty soon we're going to hear the show tunes from OG.
Oh, God. On Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. There you go.
Two for. All right. Well, it sounds like we got the audio cutting out. So, yep. Hopefully we got the audio all squared away. So Bill says his favorite part of the convention is the auction at the banquet. That is a good one. That is a good one too.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stream, Train Freak. Moving back to Real Toy Trains, are we going to do some more scenery on the layout? Yes, we are. I've been slowly putting the track in. And scenery is not my bag of tricks, to be honest with you. And it scares me a little bit because I don't really know how to do scenery that well. My mom's been the one that's been doing the backdrop and painting the backdrop in, and she's kind of slowed down, or shall I say stopped, over the last 4 or 5 months. But we got the backdrop up here, but hopefully we'll come back around and get in Chicago and the United States coming to Chicago from New York City to Chicago, and then behind us over here is Yorkville for where we live. So also, the other thing that we showed on the last layout, in fact, I'm going to show it this time too. Hold on a second here.
Yeah,
Give me a pause.
Wally's mother is one wonderful artist besides the painting you see on the wall and everything that she's done. She did all scenery on my layout. I cannot take any claim for anything on it because she really is fantastic with doing it. But as you may know, it takes a lot of effort to do that scenery, and you can't really put scenery on a layout until you're sure you got all your track work done and all your construction, because now it's like putting the icing on the cake. You can't put the icing on the cake until the cake is baked and ready.
So here's the other thing too. I've been working on this over here. This is a little bit not exactly scenery, but something really cool here too. This coming off the second level over here that you may see, we've got it. I put in a switch coming off the second level, and both on the top and then underneath it, you can see on the bottom coming over here. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
coming around to a homemade rotary tipple over here. George's gravel, not for young George, but for OG George. That was made by a friend of ours, and we've got this incorporated into the layout here. So not exactly scenery, but we're going to incorporate this into the scenery over here on this end of the layout.
You know, that gravel unloader, when he gets it all hooked up, that unloader, I should say, works absolutely perfect. You don't spill any coal anywhere. And Lionel hadn't come out with their rotary coal cars yet. And this one we use the regular cars that we. Good friend of ours, Terry Balea, made that, and we had that on display at the 2002 PCA convention here in Chicago. It was quite a hit when layout tours came to my house because nobody had seen a rotary dumper yet.
That is really cool.
Something's hitting the station over there.
Yeah, it's a cat board.
But that little rotary dumper, it works. It works perfectly.
Is that George Senior or George Junior gravel? That's George Senior gravel.
Yeah.
Back over.
It's sort of like George Senior's 844. What are we doing here? We are having a failure to communicate right now.
This is the part where you guys talk.
This is the part where we talk and he listens and everything.
This is the part where I do the technical stuff and you guys carry the load.
Okay.
But if you guys flim-flam long enough, I'll be all set again.
So we have a technical problem here down here at Mission Control. This is T-minus 3 minutes.
Not a problem. I'm trying to do all of the.
You don't have to make it a big deal.
You know, he says we're in control and he keeps talking.
All right, so, that coal tipple was something that my dad had reached out to Mr. Terry Balea about, who was the guy who made it, and asked him if he still had it, if he'd be interested in us getting it for the layout. And he said, yeah, sure. So that's kind of how we got it. We ran it. We've tried it once. Never with the car in though. But let's just say it's loud. It's very loud. It's if you have ever heard the lift bridge on the line, or the line of lift bridge, I'm pretty sure it's the same electronics or the same sound system at least, but you can't turn the bell off, so it's ping ting 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 ting, and it's just that, and you get your coal in and then you turn it off real fast.
It keeps warning you, in other words, and it probably should, because there's no reason to turn it off. It goes down, dumps it, and comes back, and then when it gets to the end, then it stops. That'd be a logical assumption, right?
So
Yeah.
it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Does it just keep rotating continually?
No, the bell.
Well, after it comes back to the stop.
No, it still goes.
Oh, so you got to turn it off to get it to stop.
Well, you can't turn it off though.
Well, you got to turn it off, or the motor will keep going.
Well, you got.
Oh, yeah.
I got you.
And we just got another super chat. I'm trying to look up a good song to sing. How about Chattanooga Choo Choo?
I don't know that one.
Pardon me, boys.
Is that the Chattanooga Choo Choo? Track 29. Can you give me a
I've
shine?
never heard.
How about the Pennsylvania station about 3:45? When you get
How about
to
your favorite one?
you're in Baltimore, dinner in the diner, nothing could be finer than to have your ham and eggs in Carolina.
That's good enough for me. That's all I know.
Hey, as a good movie just went by, hey boy, is this the Transylvania station? Yeah, man. Track 29. Can I give you a shine?
That's from Dr. Frankenstein.
Young
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. We're up on all the Mel Brooks stuff around here.
Glad to see George cut the mole. I'm trying to grow it back.
For humanities.
Trying to grow it back.
He's been pumping out those live streams. All really cool live streams. You have to check out his channel for some of those.
Who's that?
Heath from Humanity Junction.
Oh, we haven't seen him in a while.
So speaking of it, by the way, thank you for everybody putting up the super chat for us. It's very generous. George will have enough money where he can eat macaroni and cheese this weekend. And you get to hear us all sing. La, 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 la. You super chat, you hear the TFW train crew sing, huh, George?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did the music man do it when he was trying to get people to learn how to sing?
I don't know.
I like ice cream, mommy. I like ice cream, mommy. Wally.
I like ice cream, mommy.
Doesn't even come close.
Yeah, so we got some chat movie choo-choo class. Welcome to the stream, guys. Everybody who's just rolling through the door, welcome here. It's always great to have you. Always great to hang out on Friday. Do us a solid smash that like button. That really helps us out a lot with getting stuff out on the algorithm so that people can watch it who weren't able to watch it here today. We got really appreciate that. If you're new around here and you like what we're doing, smash that subscribe button. We'd love to have you as a subscriber here at GW Trains, that's for sure. So Burnsy says, hey, Wally, when are we going to see that JLC GG1 again? It's a beautiful set. We'd love to see it run again. That's a good idea. We had the Fleet of Modernism running.
They're down here right now.
The Fleet of Modernism, Paris?
I think they're still in the box. Yeah.
George had the Fleet of Modernism out the other day and was running the Fleet of Modernism with his new E8 units. So, yeah. Well, but I agree, Burnsy. I'm going to bust out that GG1. That GG1's a favorite of mine.
I think it's ran twice on this layout.
What's that?
I think it's ran twice on this layout.
Okay. Needs to run a lot more, I think.
Yeah.
That GG1 is my version of that Your Cab Forward there. That's my favorite.
Yeah, that is pretty sweet set. That has to be like one of the... Okay, so that set had to be like probably...
What's up with that, Steve? What's up? Hello, George, and the other guy.
George,
the other guy,
and Middle George.
Oh.
Middle.
Well, yeah, Middle George.
Middle George. Right.
Middle George. You're the George.
We got George covered here. Some nice ring about that name I like, you know.
Right. So, hey, this is cool. You're gonna like this. So, Train Freak's asking, how's George's Eagle project coming along? Well, we got big news on this. George, you're gonna have to explain to everybody. So George is a Life Scout. He's working on his Eagle Scout, and he's just about to begin his Eagle Scout project. And he made a proposal for his Eagle project yesterday. George, why don't you tell everybody what your Eagle project is gonna be?
So there is a railroad club we're part of called the Prairie State Railroad Club in Big Rock, Illinois, and we ride 7.5 gauge trains there. And one thing that the club does a lot of is we do a lot of public run days. And the station where the folks get on and off, there isn't really, I mean, it's just kind of some wood strips, a brick path, and some fences with the ropes, kind of. And isn't really in my... It's not a proper station. It's a station there. You can tell it's a station, but it doesn't look like a station. So I wanted to I'm going to make a station for that area to cover the tracks, and it'll be really cool. And I went to the board of directors for the park district there to see if I could build a station on their park, or not, just to see if there was interest. I technically can't start working on it yet since I don't have it approved. But I would have liked to ask the park district, hey, would you guys have interest? And they said yes. So, yeah.
So that's really cool. That's really cool. So we're starting to roll along the project. We got to keep saying that George has gone out and has gotten an idea of what some cost estimates are. And in the near future, if you guys are interested in making a donation for George,
here comes the pitch. Yes, it's a word. Look at that young man over there. Give us a smile. Would you like to help this young man become an Eagle Scout? Think of the good feelings you'll get.
So
like
anyway,
contributions.
George is about ready to go into the fundraising page, or the fundraising part of it. And with the way that Scouts work is that you can't do something where you go out and do like a telethon or something fundraiser. But if you'd be interested in supporting George, if you could do me a favor, I'm going to post up here I'm going to post up our email address, trainbuds@gmail.com. Shoot me an email with your regular mail address, and I'll make sure that George will get in touch with you via regular mail or via email, and get in touch with you about a possible donation, because it's going to be really cool. It's going to be a kind of a goal for you, isn't it, George?
Now, if you
Why don't you talk a little bit more about it? I'm sorry.
I got a little pitch in here. I like your PBS television stations right now.
Yeah.
You know, we do this for you guys. And with your contribution, small contribution of just $9.99 a month or $1,500, we will give you a free passenger train ride at the Prairie State Railroads, engineered by George. Now, what better place can you have and contribute to a better thing? Don't you wish you could have something like that going? That is really nice. Oh, by the way, Conrail 8098, I see your, where's the Nautilus preserved at? I know it used to be in the Santa Fe coach yard once upon a time, but I don't know where it is now. But anyway, George's project is going to be really nice for that railroad. They use the station there for boarding for a lot of activities they have among the Prairie State Railroad. Our train club, 7-inch scale, I think that's what they call it, runs trains for their shows, so it'll be neat.
There we go. Yeah, we'll make sure that gets in the kitty for the Eagle Scout project, and George is going to sing for that one. George, City of New Orleans, George.
Well, you guys sing with me.
All right, you lead.
Riding on the city of New Orleans. Illinois Central. Monday morning rail. 15 cars and 15 restless riders. 3 conductors and 24 stacks of bales. All along, I don't know anything after that.
There we go.
Southbound Odyssey. This train rolls out of Kankakee. This train's got the disappearing railroad blues. Good morning, America. How are you? Don't you know I'm your native son? I'm a train. It's called the City of New Orleans. And I'll go
gone 500 miles when the day is done.
Yeah, Sparky said, I don't want to know a city. He wants to see wigs.
Oh, I don't got any wigs.
Yeah, what's that?
I don't got any wigs. And need a mic, but I don't
hey, maybe he'll loan me some, huh?
I need some hair up over here.
Yeah. George, see what's in your future? Enjoy it now, baby.
That's why I had long hair before.
Right. CST ET44A season now. It's good to see you here, buddy. Yeah. Humanity says George Jr. is going to quit baseball and cross country and become a singer. I think that would be good.
Well, let's put he's the ladies' man.
Like, oh, no.
George, you'll have your Courvoisier. Should we go up and get a little Courvoisier for the ladies' man?
So he's from Humanity. It says, question for George Jr. What do you think of Wally's speeches?
I like Wally's speeches. I hate to say, but I taught him everything he knows. So, but anyway, I think it's really, really great that this show that these guys have been doing in this speech. I'm so proud of the both of them. It as a grandfather and a father, and especially with all you guys. I sit at home and I'm so glad I can be on the show once in a while. But I really appreciate Wally and George talking and all the response that comes on the side thing. We really wish
we have a good time with everybody on here.
We really wish we could have a live. We'll see everybody and know everybody. That's why we had the big deal out there at the tailgate out at York. Maybe we'll have a tailgate here in Chicago. We'll just come spring or summer at the IRM or someplace like that, or where somebody, all the donations building the station. Maybe we'll even let you help build the station.
There we
go.
go.
Imagine the thrill you'll get out of laying concrete, chopping wood. Man, that's my station, boy.
There we go. No, and you know what? This point, I haven't even said it yet, and I'll make my speech now. I'll make it a couple other times probably, but I really appreciate everybody that's on here.
I think my favorite part of model railroading is the people that you meet and the camaraderie of model railroading. And I know that everybody here is kind of like me, that you go and you've got lots of really good friends, but not very many of your friends that are your close friends, especially younger guys. They're not necessarily in the trains, or they're not coming over, taking a look at trains and into it as you. And that's where at the stadium we really hit a home run, and we created a really, really neat railroad community here. I'd love to say that I was the first to do these live streams and everything like that. We've got guys that have been on here doing it, like Sparky. Sparky is kind of the guy that started doing live streams right off, and George and I love to watch his live streams. And this is just kind of a piggyback onto his concept. But the neat part about it is we've all come together. We've all made a real cool YouTube community here. And hey, let's keep this rolling. Let's keep this YouTube community going really good. Support each other, guys. Support each other. Make sure you get out there, watch each other's YouTube channels, and keep this energy going, because it's really, really cool that we've got this going. And for everybody that's just to the point of how cool these guys are, everything like this. Look at all of the donations that are coming in. Jordan.
Yeah,
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, it's really cool. Thank you guys. Thank you guys a lot. Stick with baseball, George. No singing. Thank you. Yeah, no singing.
Grandpa Rails.
Thank you.
I figured that George has got a better chance of making it as a professional singer than he does as a professional baseball player. It's not hard. But he's a good baseball player. But being a professional, he's got the looks.
Anybody can be a professional singer. That's true.
He's just got to look good, right, George?
Yeah.
Yeah, George looks good.
So humanity is the one to say, why is George Jr. that way? The heck's it? Is he a ladies' man now?
What the? Bruh. No, the only reason why I don't wear hats is because I have to. Well, I mean, it's that kind of crazy
too
right
much
now.
hair.
But no, I'll wear a hat. I just. Oh man. Oh, hold on. Anyways, so I wear hats, but it's like normally when I wear hats are days when I don't like. So my daily routine is I wake up, I take a shower in the morning, and then I take a shower before I go to bed. I don't know. It's just kind of like makes me feel. It gets me up, and then makes me feel fresh for when I go to bed, right? So with kind of in the mornings, or my hair. It's just I can't do my hair with just like gel. It is the worst thing ever. It's not good. So I'll get in the shower, I'll mat down my hair, and I'll kind of just mess it up, and I'll go to school like that. Well, days, and normally when I get up, my hair is all like to one side. It's it's like a mohawk, but like right here. It's really weird, and I don't like it. And so that, and days I know on days when I only take showers in the afternoon, I just wear hats because I don't feel like doing my hair, and I don't get like getting my hair
Next
wet.
thing he's going to tell you, the only thing he uses is Dapper Dan. No fop.
I'm a Dapper Dan man.
Dapper Dan man.
I'm a Dapper Dan man. Well, hey, thank you guys all so much for your generous donations on the Eagle Project. That's really nice. I appreciate that. It's going to go a long way. George has got to do a lot of fundraising on that. So, George, Berkshire 736 has a good question. He's like, George, I got a question about your 1999 Big Boy. Any idea on how much boiler overhang there is on the 072 curve? I want to do a ceiling layout, but I want to have enough clearance for one in the future.
So what are the curves on the
upstairs?
Right here. I don't like or the clearance in the curves, but
I'm not sure what the exact number of clearance is, but that's
6 inches, right? From here, the center rail to this rail.
I don't remember that off the top of my head.
It needs to be more than 6 inches, I think. It's like
no, it doesn't need 6 inches. What he's talking about the overhang.
Is the wall.
What's that?
From the wall, I think, right?
Right. When it like anytime it turns the corner, like how much overhang it has from the center rail. 6 inches is like that much. Doesn't need that much over.
Okay.
But I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I just don't think it's 6 inches. But yeah, that 1999 Big Boy has a lot of overhang. It definitely has a lot of overhang. So CEGPT44AC, before he starts getting on my face that I'm ignoring him, I'm not ignoring you, buddy. Trust me. I'm
Be
just going with the
patient.
flow of conversation. I'm glad that you saw that CST Locomotive this past Monday. Hopefully it was a great one and blew your mind. Blew your mind. So, yep, again, Sparky, thank you for that donation. Grandpa Rails, so generous of you guys. Really appreciate that. Train Man Dan, appreciate that. And you should tell a dad joke for the super chat. That's a good idea, George. How about a dad joke?
I'm not good. Okay. Let's see. Oh, come on. Can you stop the reefer train?
Let's jump in the track over there, George. Not
It's
just
I'll fix it in a sec.
What number is it?
It's 42. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Why, George?
To get to the other side.
There we go. There we go. So Mr. Cricketbit said, I'd like to add my donation from earlier. Keep it up, guys. Well, hey, again, thank you for all of the generous super chats here for George's Chicken Project. It's really, really nice of everybody to make those generous donations on that.
every 15 minutes we're going to come on with a PBS special donation.
If you guys did donate too, if you don't mind, can you, Papa, do you mind putting the email up on the screen real quick?
Yeah.
If you guys just did donate, it would be really helpful if you guys put, just like, you don't have to email me much, just so I have a record of what you guys email out, and I will be in touch with you guys. I need to have
Just
all.
gotta send out some thank you letters. That's a big deal for everybody that donates, is to send out thank you letters.
So if you donated, please email me, and I will. I need to make a list of everybody who donated, and yeah. So
And just remember, your donation is tax deductible.
it is.
Sure it is. It's a Boy Scout thing.
Okay.
So I'm not an attorney and I'm not an accountant, but I know I donated to some some projects, and they were what did I? Let me put it this way: when they audited me, they didn't frown on it.
But yeah, so please put your or just please just, it doesn't even have to be anything. Just say hi or something like, hi, I donated during the stream. Then so I have a record, and I'm yeah.
I like this one, George. Here's a good dad joke from DB Tech.
Have a drink, everybody.
How do you make a tissue dance, George?
How?
Put a boogie in it.
Ooh.
That's good. That's good. That's good. And Humanity says, why did the chicken cross the train track, George?
Why?
I don't know. He hasn't answered that one. But I'm sure he's got something. Heath has always got something witty over there. Blame. So we came up with a good one last week. Heath has got the moniker, and it's a great one. Blame Heath. Last week we were having fun with George's moniker. It was Blame Heath. The GFW trains slogan should be one. Of course, we're talking about everything, but mostly trains. But George's personal moniker is "Wasn't me, wasn't me,
Wasn't me.
Oh gosh!
Just wondering if we got any viewers on here right now that are live out near St. George, Utah, in that area by Zion National Park out there. I'm going to be out there for about a week and a half, starting Sunday. If you got layouts or anything like that, maybe get in touch with you. We'll be staying up in the town of Virgin, Utah for a week and a half. So either there or then we'll be down in Boulder for a day or so. We're going to pedal those pedal cars too.
Oh yeah, that's right out there.
Yeah,
The
Nevada
Southern. Yeah,
I think you knocked one off the track right now. Uh-oh. The 30-car train is having issues.
Welcome to the stream, Kyle. I'm glad you're here. Glad everybody's here, spending a little bit of their Friday with us here on Fast Friday. If you haven't already, and think about it, please do me a solid and throw that thumbs up if you would. Would appreciate that. It helps get the stream out to the algorithm, gets it out there, and people who haven't seen it this evening can see it. And we always like it when we got more people watching the streams. It's really cool. If spaghetti was a movie, what would it be called? Train Man Dan asks. And as we're waiting for that, got to say hello to Mommy Lulu in the house. How you doing there, Tita? George would say hello, but he's working on his train over here.
Hello. Randall.
There we go. So he wants to know how the indoor weathering on your T-Track modules is going, George.
So I have one partially finished. I just need to tidy up the wiring in it, but I have one finished, and the other one I have not started yet. But the problem is CMR Products isn't selling T-Track modules anymore.
What?
Yeah. And so I have no way of getting I wanted to get 4 corners, but I can't. So yeah. So I haven't really found a reason to start the other one yet until I'm able to get those other ones. Because my end goal is to make a layout out of them that I'm able to compact or put in a put together and then put away in a kind of smaller space. So.
But he did buy a NCL train out there at York.
I did. I bought a TGV. Yeah, that's right. Or no, not a TGV, a Eurostar. I bought a Eurostar, Kato Eurostar. So yeah, yes.
So Isaiah Hopkins is saying if there's one manufacturer that's considered underrated, what would it be? You answer first, Trent. What do you think?
K-Line.
K-Line. That's a good one. How about you, Grandpa?
Well, you know, I'd say old time American Flyer.
Ooh, that's another good
I
one.
really, as much as I love my Lionel trains, my cousin had American Flyer, and I always just envy him with his American Flyer, and he had nicer trains than I did, so his quality of his trains were better than what I had growing up. But I used to always how realistic American Flyer size was really nice, and I think American Flyer is underrated, especially the era after
I
when
never
they went
thought
to the
I'd hear Grandpa say that.
3/16 scale. So
Yeah, that's it. I like that. The old American Flyer is kind of underrated. Although the people who like American Flyer, they love to tell you how it's so much better than Lionel. That's the first thing I'm always telling you is, how much American Flyer is better than OJ.
you know, and what the comeback is. The trouble is, American Flyer couldn't afford a third rail.
Right. Extra rail, extra fun.
Yeah.
You get the third rail for free, no?
Yeah, buy 2 rails, get the third for free.
Yes, that's always the realistic 3-rail track. We always, we have that on the subways around Chicago, so I always used to say that.
Hey, George, what do you call a spider that rides the Amtrak California Zephyr?
What?
Well, I'm not sure if this is the right answer, but Philco says spot.
A spot. Splat.
Oh,
But I think there might be a different answer.
I think
than
there
that.
was. Hey, somebody had popped up with a thing about seeing a bird stuck in the front of an engine here in front. I have the same kind of story. We were riding on the Empire Builder back from Seattle to Chicago, and we were in western Montana, and we went, as the train was going, we saw a bunch of birds, pheasants flying off from the cornfields in eastern Montana. And when we got to, I believe it was Grand Forks, North Dakota, and we went out the front of the engine, and there was a pheasant stuck on the front of the engine. And we went up, my wife said, "Oh, the poor pheasant," went up to touch it. I touched the pheasant, and it flew off the front of the engine and away.
Got that on video somewhere, and the way I remember it was we didn't know it was there.
No,
we were
we
looking
didn't.
at the front of the engine, and all of a sudden, out of the front of the engine, comes like in a little crevice, comes flying out this pheasant that was stuck in the front of the engine. Scared the tar out of all of us.
Well, we saw him. He was stuck on the front of the engine there, and we thought he was dead.
Right?
Yeah, and but
He was alive. He was cold.
and he probably said, "What the hell am I doing here? I come all the way from Montana to Grand Forks. This ain't pleasure. Take me to Chicago, baby."
Yeah, how about it? But Train Freak, I'm glad to have you here on Friday. Hope you're going to have a great weekend. Appreciate you being here, and we'll see you around the roundhouse.
no, let's push it on the way out.
Sliprack 323, welcome to the stream. I don't know if I said hello yet. And CSXGE-T44 AC saw Jeff Dunham yesterday. Not sure what that's got to do with trains, but I want to make sure that I say it so he doesn't say that I'm not
You're ignoring
it.
You can't ignore anybody.
No. So So we'll see you around, Trey. It's so good to
Oh my
have
God.
you here.
I see you got another soft touch there. Greg Barton, Annette.
Says, all right. Uncle Greg says, yo, George, Antoinette and I will donate. We'll shoot you an email and get the specifics. Right on, right on.
Thank
So
you.
look at that, right on cue. CSX GET 44 AC demands attention. Not sure what we got, what you said. I'm pretty sure about Jeff Dunham. St. Malcolm says, what do you call a cheetah that paces a bullet train?
What?
Jeff Dunham. Who's Jeff Dunham?
I don't-
That's
I think it's
ESX 344.
I think it's a comedian.
Jeff Dunham.
A comedian. So, all right, Zach Malcolm, what do you call a cheetah that paces a bullet train?
Fast.
Fast, right. We'll scoot on that one a little bit, Zach, before you give us a return on that. Let's see here.
Okay.
DB Tech says, George Sr., don't get mad, but I painted the 2034 blue. I have 2 of them. Everything else is black. I wanted something different.
All
Well,
right.
then each their own. Each their own.
Hey.
Did you make a video about that yet, DB Tech? I'd love to see that blue train. He's kind of got me into buying that post-war stuff. DB Tech loves the post-war. He's been buying stuff and he repairs a lot of it too. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's, hey, that's the neat thing about this hobby. There is absolutely nothing wrong with anything you do with it if you don't break it so it can't be fixed. It's everybody, you can paint things the way you want them. You can create train layouts the way you want. It's our own little world. That's what makes this hobby so great. That's the thing I love about it. There's no wrong answer. Let's put it that way. Wouldn't you say that, Wally?
Yeah, right. No, that's true.
There's no wrong answer. And what's fun is going on, seeing everybody's layouts. Everybody says, "Oh, your layout's so good," and I said, "Well, I think yours is better." Everybody, "Oh my God, that's the neat thing about it." And you see a layout like these guys here. They don't have any scenery on it right now, but man, the operation they got going here. I mean, this drives you nuts to see all these trains going round and round. I sit there at home and I look at all the different trains they got running at the same time, and it's really fascinating. And I look at a lot of you guys post your trains, your layouts on things, and everybody's got such neat stuff, and everybody can. The other thing is you can learn from each other. You see some plagiarize. It's the best way to have the best layout. Just pick up what the other guys do. That was a burp.
Right.
That
I
is
like this one, George.
What?
Alaska 3 says, if it ain't broke, you ain't trying.
I like that. Yeah. That's sort of my idea of my railroad.
That's right. And Evan says, I agree. No right answer. If you ask 5 guys, you get 17 correct answers.
You got that right. Oh, I'll tell you one that'd be better than that. It's ask pilots. There's no wrong answer. They're all correct no matter what the question,
Right.
even if they don't know the question.
Right. So Training Man Dan says, if we do a live stream interviews, I'll volunteer. Oh, cool. There it is. Train Bud. I don't know why that S is on there at the end of the Train Buds, but shoot me an email, trainbuds@gmail.com, so that way I've got a good contact for you. Yeah. I'm not sure we'll loop back around with our format. We just kind of this and that. Sometimes it takes a lot of work to get that together, and not that we don't like to do the work, but sometimes we have a little bit more time on our hands in the hours leading up to the show than others. And of course, we've had in the last couple of weeks some great guys that are friends of ours that are here in the studio. That are coming.
Thank you. Great guys.
Here we go. My dad.
Praise. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
I think he's gonna hurt.
Thank
I
you.
think he's gonna hurt his shoulder.
Oh.
Patted himself on the back.
Well, I was expecting you to pat me on the back
No,
there.
I was doing that.
My arms aren't long enough any longer.
TV Tech says rule number 2: your railroad depends on how much money and how much space you have.
There
That's
you
the
go.
truth.
How does the old joke say? You're on time and over budget.
On time, on schedule, over budget here, right?
That's my
Right.
motto.
Yeah, that's the truth. And even small railroads are really quite interesting too. I've seen some really smaller layouts, and that was what I was used to most. The combinations of how you fit the maximum amount of track in the minimum amount of space, so
Holy
you can run
moly.
trains. And you really never did anything with scenery. What do we got going on? What
Look at the
disaster is
Super Chief.
happening?
What's that?
Look at the Super Chief.
The Super Chief is what? Is he?
One on the wrong side. I can't see through it.
Oh, I heard a whistle. It sounded like the whistle of a post-war. Oh, that's this engine scraping. There we go. Oh, we got a.
Do that.
Doing some drifting.
Drifting.
What's happening here? We have chaos on the railroad right now. The dispatcher. The dispatcher has train number 1 on track number 3, and track number 3 is occupied by train number 2. So it's like, watch the little ball, under the.
CSXG EET 44AC is saying, why did the train crossing the road, George?
What? Why?
I think we heard that. I think that's an old one.
I'm not sure. Give us a hint on that one. So let's see here. I'm gonna go back here to Heath Humanity Junction's asking about that red steam engine. We talked a little bit about that earlier, but Grandpa, why don't you talk a little bit about
Well, Humanity Junction. That's my acquisition from York. That's a Chicago and Alton Pacific. It's a Lionel engine, 2002 or 2003 with the heavyweight passenger cars, and of course that's the Chicago and Alton route, which was later became the Gulf Mobile and Ohio Railroad. That's where I know it as the Alton route. They still called it the Alton route even when it was the Gulf Mobile and Ohio. But it's a Pacific, and to my knowledge, I think that's the first Pacific that Lionel ever made. I don't know if anybody's got any difference, but that when I saw it, I
about
said,
a 2024?
Not,
Or not a 2024, 20.
none of those. Nothing old is a Pacific.
No?
Nothing. There's the only Pacific engine in old gauge 3 rail that I remember. Marks had a Pacific, had number 666 on it or something like that.
all right.
Little engine. I've got the carcass of one of those at home, but it's a real nice engine. It's got command control. The guys tell me it has sounds number 5 or whatever it is. I'm not real technical on that, but it sure seems like it's running pretty sweet. It must have that. As you'll notice, the 2 are in the back, not the front.
Oh, it's in the back.
See, well, details. So he's trying to get me on post 4. Not going to do it, Wally. But that's another thing. I watched this thing go around. I don't know if you guys can see it on the screen, but this thing has got unusually big drivers. If you take a look how big those driving wheels are on that engine. And the Pacifics were built for passenger service, so they were expected to get up with high speed, and that's why they have the 4-wheel pony trucks and the 2-wheel trailing trucks, because they were built for high speed. And as you can see on that scale model, the drivers are huge in size. Even compared to you compare them with the cab forward here, is looking at them. So I'm impressed with the engine thus far. This is the first time we've run it, first time we've had it out of the box even. So we're real happy with it. We haven't got the sounds figured out how to get those going yet, but we'll eventually get that figured out. Either that or it won't be as good a deal as it was. And but it's really a nice engine, and I think there are 2 more cars that add-on you can get to the set. But to be quite honest, as big as that engine is, that with that 4-car set, that looks like a pretty nice set. The Alton and the GM&O, when they had passenger trains out of Chicago, now in the more modern times, they didn't have real ultra-long passenger trains. And the trains just ran from Chicago to St. Louis in the days when I know trains from. So that's about it. Right now, the Amtrak runs the old Chicago Alton route, the GM&O route. That's where Amtrak to St. Louis goes. I think. How many trains a day are there to St. Louis? It's 6, isn't it, or
Yeah,
something
there's
like
a
that?
bunch of them.
6
That's
trains a
run
day.
out of Chicago.
Yeah, and they've got one of the high-speed rail areas there, 125-mile-an-hour rail, that they don't get up there because for some strange reason. I was on it one day. Were you with me then, or was it Uncle Bill? We were on the Chicago on that Amtrak route, and they had a speedometer in the lounge car,
Oh no, I didn't see
and
that.
they said we're going to.
to.
They said we're going, and they showed on the speedometer 120 miles an hour, which was kind of interesting.
I brought the GPS a couple of times.
Yeah, well,
thought
yeah,
that we
right.
were going, but I have never seen the speedometer in the lounge car.
That's the only time I've ever seen it. There's usually don't even see anybody in the lounge car, to be honest with you, much less the speedometer.
Right
But
on.
hey, you're talking about the GPS and that. When you guys, I still haven't never ridden the Acela, and these guys made me jealous. They went out to a Boy Scout thing out east, and they both rode the Acela, and he called me on the phone from the Acela, showing me on the GPS how fast the Acela was going at the time.
Yeah. We were out there for the convention, actually. The TCA convention. We took the Acela from Providence to Washington, D.C.
How long was that? Now, did that take?
Well, I don't remember the actual time. But it was
3
really
hours,
cool.
maybe. I thought it was about 3 hours.
Yeah, we went.
Was that all 3 hours?
We went
Yeah.
through Washington. We went through New York City. That was really cool.
Okay.
Had a chance to see all of the cool spots. Saw the Hellgate Bridge. In fact, that's one of the reasons why we got the Hellgate Bridge over here. Is that was one of the really cool things that we saw. So speaking of that Acela, it was really cool. We got up to 146. We got it clocked in there. Chris from RV Trains is here. Welcome to the stream, Chris. He just recently got an Acela, Lionel Acela. I know
cool.
that's one of them that you've got that you really like too, there, Grandpa. Right?
Right. I have the Acela with the add-on cars and everything like that. The one thing, just be careful with it. And if you're getting the old Acela that has the doors that open and everything like that, just be patient and get those little couplers all lined up. So it takes a while to get everything lined up, and then everything usually works perfectly. But if you don't get all those little tiny receivers aimed exactly right, the thing doesn't work. We always used to take it to the Milwaukee Train Show. It's always the hit of the show, but something always goes wrong. I had a truck fall apart there, and rivets come out, this, that, and the other thing. And I had the hardest time. I actually had a truck break, and when I went to fix it, I had to buy from Lionel a piece off a power truck to fix one of the cars, and I had to pay through the nose for that one. But now that they're making Acelas again, maybe they'll have some of those parts more available than they were when I had the original Acela. But yeah, I love the Acela. It's such a beautiful piece. If you got a big long layout like this one, that you get that train. If you add the 3 extra cars up, you got one long train there. That's nice. The other thing that's really hard to do is replace the traction tires.
Right.
As everything. Of course, with the weight of these engines and stuff now, it almost seems, and the fact that the cars roll so smooth compared to what the old post-war cars did, boy, you really don't need even traction tires or magnet traction, which brings me up to
Cat 4 doesn't have traction tires.
Yeah, I can see it. It weighs 22 pounds, too.
Yeah.
It brings up something that's interesting. I was looking on my computer earlier today, and some guy on the Train Full Gauge forum asked how long does magnet traction last on an engine, and on the wheels. He was concerned about the wheels of an engine. And the way I understand it, I know on the turbines there's a magnet that goes in like a little pocket under the frame that transmits the magnet traction to the drive wheels, through the axle and stuff like that. And not knowing everything about magnet traction, I'm assuming it's similar to how magnet traction works. The axles have been magnetized, and that transmits the magnetism to the wheels, and that's how the Lanos get magnet traction. I do know this that I've been told if you ever strike with a hammer something, a magnet or something like that, it loses its magnet traction. So
You drop
anybody,
it. Yeah.
I guess if you drop it, it would do the same thing if it landed on the wheels or whatever have you. So anyway, that's a real interesting, interesting thought. We've thought about interesting topic of how long does magnet traction last? I don't know. My earliest train I have, 1949 Santa Fe, didn't have magnet traction.
I'm looking at the words. Yeah.
All right, I'm just trying to get it lined up so that when you look at the words, if you're looking at the camera too. Are you looking at look at the words?
Okay.
It's the eye test here, folks. Can you close one eye and read the small print, George?
No.
You can't miss. Can you see it? That's the way I used to do eye tests with my taking my pilot medical exam. This is the good eye. Can you read it? Yes, I can. Okay, try the other eye. Can you read it? But
So you're just coming through the door, welcome to the stream. Good to see you here, Arnie Firkin. We got Ozark Midland Southern Railway in the house. Because from RVP Trains rolling through the door. Welcome, guys. Glad to see you here. Good to have everybody from the community rolling through the door. We got 43 people here. Wow, that's really humbling, isn't it, George? George, 43 people hanging out with us here on the Friday. So cool.
I haven't had 43 people look at me, even in a football game. I played in a football game in an empty stadium one time.
43 people coming to watch Grandpa George play football. You got it. Grab some iced tea, kick back, relax. Whether you like the sweet iced tea or whether you like something a little bit more hard.
I
Grab some iced tea.
I should run up on a mission from God and go upstairs and see what I can drum up there.
That will be good.
I'm going to excuse myself for a few minutes. I probably should leave so you won't hear what's going on upstairs.
So GB Tech says I just bought a 2037 with magnet traction and it's ridiculously fast.
That is the cool part about those coastal engines is that one, they're fast. And two, if you run them right, the traction or the magnet traction will keep them right on the rails.
Right. It's the standard for train races, isn't it, George?
That is right.
2037. Yep. Be careful with
No, just water. Yeah.
Whatever. So, Humanity says, does George Jr. still like the cat board or does he like girls now? Is that cat board pulling the reefers?
The cat board is pulling the reefers, and I do like girls, but I like trains too.
Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Yep. That is my trains, girls, Nerf guns, the Titanic. Yes. I saw an OGR forum profile that said interests, and it was trains, girls, Nerf guns, the Titanics, beats, bears, and Battlestar Galactica. That's what it made me. That's what
Beats,
Bears, and Battlestar Galactica.
Hey, welcome to the stream, James and a Postma. It's asking if that's a Hogwarts set we got running up there.
No, the Hogwarts set is the most evil train ever made. I don't like it.
What is it, George?
The Hogwarts set, that's evil. Try to eat me.
It did try to eat you, but what are we running up there on that top level?
A train? I'm just kidding. We're running a Chicago Naughton passenger set that we got at York, or Grandpa got at York. That's a Grandpa accusation. Or accusation. How do you pronounce? How do you? The acquisition. Acquisition. Oh, all right. Anyway, yeah, Rising Phoenix Railroad. That is a very I like that name.
Rising Phoenix Railroad. Very
Intimidating, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Got an echo. Not sure why there was an echo. Hopefully we got that ironed out there now. So
Oh, cat forward.
you got it. So did you explain what that maroon one was? Toned out on some technical stuff we got here. James Trains was saying that we had an echo. I was hoping that I could get that echo out of here. Well, I don't know what to tell you, James. Gotta fire the technical guy. I thought I got a raise because I put tape the thing on here so it's not falling off.
I've seen an SD70 map. Where? The SD. Oh! For some reason I keep thinking that's an SD60. I think that's an SD. Actually, you might be right. I don't know. Wally the comment ignore. He answered your comment. He literally did. He answered it not too long ago. In fact, Grandpa George answered your comment too.
So relax. If I missed your comment, I'm not ignoring it. Trust me. There are a lot of comments that come through, and some of them I can put up, some of them I don't. If I miss it, I apologize. Put it up again.
Matt's train 48 says, George, I'm not a simp. I'll take the train. Who says I'm a simp?
Isaiah, I'm the tech supervisor here in the railroad. Look at, see that tech right there? Got this all taped in there so it doesn't fall out. It hasn't fallen out once this stream. How about that? The echo is in and out. It depends on how close Wally is to George. I don't know. We've only got 2 wireless mics here. Believe it or not. Yeah, no. You're fine with it.
Beats Bears, Battlestar Galactica.
Beats all of my co-hosts.
Well, trains aren't running. Trains are
Trains
broken.
aren't running and broke.
Excuse me, Fee.
Trains aren't running.
His co-hosts all have returned.
There we go.
I
Now
went-
everyone's back.
now I was on a mission from God there.
Yeah.
Got something to drink.
So that's not an SD70 Mac behind there though, is it, George?
I'm not sure. It might be an SD60 or SD70.
Where's that?
The smooth.
Wow, this water will get you every time. I didn't tell him it's vodka. No, it's Flint River water.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but no, I'm not sure what that is. Not sure that guy 75 is the vice president of the Somerset County 4-H train match. We got a celebrity out here.
Whoa!
All right. I'm wearing the right shirt too. Boom, boom. We gotta put this in a spot where it's not
Here.
gonna kick over.
Right there. And that'll keep the colors.
Oh, did you get my email? Oh, we can't really view the emails while we're doing the stream because the computer that is running the stream also is the computer that we get your emails on. So
Yeah, no, if you did before, I have to apologize. I probably didn't get that. But shoot it again. I'll put it up here. Hold on. There we go. Trainbuzz@gmail.com. Hit us out.
hit us up. I appreciate that.
Into his house. So yeah, so those people that are just coming through that didn't hear what the Somerset County 4-H train masters are, why don't you tell them, George?
So the Somerset County 4-H Train Masters is a 4-H group that is it's a model railroading 4-H group, and they have a big modular layout, O-scale modular layout that they set up at shows, and they run around or run trains on, and it's similar to ours, and it's all run by kids. Really, really cool. And it's located in Somerset County, New Jersey. So if you're in the New Jersey area and you like trains and O-scale trains, you're under the age of 18, come up.
No, it's really cool, and I think I find myself lucky to have one of these Somerset County 4-H train master got train shirts. George, you've grown out of yours though.
I still have it.
Did you grow out of it?
I kind of worked that like 3 weeks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess I've been growing for weeks, but I'm pretty sure.
No,
it's
I
still
didn't know.
it might be getting there. But yeah.
I heard it yesterday. Once in a while, we do go to the DuPage County Fairgrounds. I guess we missed it this last week, right?
Yeah, we had no money.
No money. I ran out of money there going
No
to...
papa, no mama, no money.
Heartland Trains welcome to the stream. It says, hey, glad to be here.
Glad to have you. You have a question? You have a Union Pacific 9000 class.
Yo, I almost had one. Actually, not really, but At York, I almost bought one.
Woo.
But and I'm regretting buying it or not buying it. But then again, he said it didn't have TMC. It was an early third rail one. But it was third rail, and I really wanted a third rail piece for a very long time. But that price tag can really get you.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can.
I drive by that train bridge all the time. They have a Somerset 4H logo on it. I had no idea. Oh, that's cool. You guys got. Okay. My favorite co-host on this show is a co-host we do not get to see very often. How are the women behind the men of CST Running? Well, Anita, she's just Anita. Mom,
Santa Fe Queen?
yeah.
Just
Mom,
won a varsity letters. Cross country.
I was gonna say, yeah, so did I. I won one. I got the coaches award. I got the coaches award. She did not. She did not get the coaches award. I got the coaches award.
Nope.
Oh man, I did a good shoulder workout.
What kind of award did you win?
The coaches award. I got the coaches award. They said that there could be 100 people on that cross country team, or they would want 100 of me.
Oh my God.
Which would be a very hard cross country team to.
You realize what it cost George to get that trophy?
That'd be a lot of trains. That'd be a lot of trains. All right, so here's what DB Tech says. DB Tech says run a post-war with speed. All right, we've got trains running. They're running okay right now. George was kind of working out some of this stuff. I'm gonna make a deal. I'll make you a deal. All right, George, let me make my deal first. Oh, came off. This is what I was saying about how nice they're running. On cue.
What's going on?
So either next week's stream or the following week's stream, we will run all post-war that stream. It'll be all post-war. We'll run some diesel, and we'll definitely run steam engines, and we'll run steam engines with smoke. Does that sound like a good deal on you on that one? So, this Sunday we've got scout stuff. And we've got 3 things going on. George and I are going to give a talk at church about trains and about the DFW trains. Then we're going to go to Midwest Division of the Train Collectors Association meet after that. And then we're going over to the Prairie State Railroad Club. And George is going to give his pitch about his Eagle Scout project. So, big train day on Sunday. Actually, big train day for George tomorrow. While I'm going out and watch Santa Fe Queen do her POMS competition, first POMS competition in high school, George is headed out to Princeton, Illinois. And at Princeton, George is going to be at a train show out there, aren't you, George?
Yep. I'm going to be going down with a friend of mine. His name is Angel Garcia. In fact, he's on the plane coming to Chicago right now from Houston, Texas. We're meeting up here at 5:30 in the morning. We're going to drive out there to Princeton together and run trains. So,
That should be good. What time's he coming tomorrow?
at 5:30.
5:30 in the morning, huh?
Yeah.
That's called devotion to trains. The only way I'd be with the train right then is if I was sleeping in the sleeping car on the California Zephyr, the Empire Builder, or the Southwest Chief. And that's my time at 5:15. Sun's just coming up and the rocking and the rolling. Maybe if you got a good car attendant, you can smell coffee.
Yeah. All right, DB Tech, we'll do it in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. He said if he's going to be traveling next week, we'll be able to see the show. So we'll do our post-war show in 2 weeks. We'll have post-war trains running. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So Ari Firkin's asking, what is his Eagle project? We'll get that right on that again. We talked a little bit about it earlier, and there were a lot of people who gave some pretty generous donations, and we appreciate that on those donations. But as soon as George gets back, we'll have George talk about his Eagle project because it's cool. George is working on his Eagle project. This is your preview here. It involves trains, and he's building some. So it's a 7.5 gauge stuff.
We won't do the PBS commercial again.
Oh, we will. Yes, we will.
We got to wait till George is on one because you always got to have a good PBS commercial. Really important. Every 15 minutes, if you support this station.
So, Conroe 8098 says the shed Aquarium Nautilus is preserved at the Monticello Railway Museum. Did not know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And that's Monticello, Indiana, I'm assuming that we're talking about. I do believe that's where a lot of the stuff that used to be there at the just north of Indianapolis ended up. Remember they had the Monon, they had the
Oh,
nickel
right.
plate engine, the Monon engine that's now nickel plate, but used to be a Milwaukee F7 or F3.
Right. They made it was Monon, and then they made it nickel plate.
Yeah, it was originally a Milwaukee Road engine, but they had a little steamer there also that they had been trying to get the money to rebuild, and just ran out of money. It's kind of sad. What that was a pretty neat railroad because when they had things at the state fair, they could run a passenger train down to the state fair from up. What was that little town they were in?
Was it Plainfield?
No,
it wasn't Plainfield. It was gosh. I knew you were gonna ask that. I can't remember. But it was
Isn't
cool.
that near where Mr. Muffin's train?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
think so.
Yeah.
Right in that area.
And yeah, they used to run it down to the Indianapolis Fairgrounds, State Fair.
So, Grandpa, here's a good question, and I don't think there was really anything. There was maybe a couple little marginal things at York. Rising Phoenix Railroad says, "Did you guys see anything at York that broke your heart that you did not get on this trip?" George,
Third
start
rail
with you.
9,000 club. Or the Y6B, GLC Y6B.
Yeah, those are both good ones. How about you, Grandpa?
You know, I've always said what I don't have now I can't afford or I can't find. I've always wanted he's got upstairs there, he's got the wonderful 5344 Hudson 700E. And I've always wanted one of those. But, there were several of them there, but they were a little more money than what I wanted to spend. I've got so many trains on display now that I don't have a lot of room for trains. It's one of the sad things to display them. I get them in the box, and other than what I can run on the railroad, I don't have enough shelf space or house space anymore to display trains everywhere. So there's been a couple of things that I've been looking for. What's the Aurelius engine that goes with an O-gauge American Flyer set from pre-war. I've got the cars for the set, and I've been looking for the engine tender combination. It's one solid unit pretty much, and I've been told those cars are the rarest thing that I own. I don't know, but they're a nickel cadmium silver they have a gold trim in the windows and everything like that. I have never seen any that are mine are in perfect condition, but I don't have the engine for it. I would spend a lot of time just looking for that. Figured if I couldn't find it at York, I wouldn't find it anywhere. So I have seen them before, but again, I had a lot of fun just watching these guys, especially George, get out and search. That sometimes it's more fun to watch somebody else spend his money than you spending yours.
Right,
But
right.
This red engine caught my eye. Just at the last day I had seen it, I went back to see if it was still there, and yeah, it's still there. So we made an offer on it and we bought it. And I'm sure the whole family's going to enjoy it over the years and everything like that. So, but I just had a lot of fun meeting everybody though. That was probably
That was really cool.
I've said I've been to a lot of Yorks, and I think this one was the most fun I've ever been to because I wasn't in a frenzy to buy. And there were deals there if I wanted to shell out money. It cost me $800 in gasoline just to get there, so I guess that was
$1 a mile.
yeah. Well, no, it was 50 cents a mile. Yeah. A little more than 50 cents a mile because it's only 1,600.
So George, talk to us about your YouTube project.
So, many of you know I'm a member of the Prairie State Railroad Club in Big Rock, Illinois, which is a 7.5 gauge railroad that we run our 7.5 gauge train engine on. It's kind of by our house, and the one thing that the railroad is known for is we give public rides on. We do a lot of public open house days where we would give trains to the general public, and one of the places that is kind of an important part of the railroad is the station. but it's just on and off the train. Well, the station, it doesn't have a station. So what I'm doing is I'm making a station for that area, and it's kind of going to be like a pavilion style station where and it's going to go over the track. It's going to be really cool. So that's going to be my Eagle project for the first day railroad. Yeah.
So that's gonna be really cool. So you just tell everybody what you did and what you're doing, how that's coming along.
So I just went to the city area, the Big
Yeah,
Rock
city area. Beneficiary.
The Big Rock board of directors, and I asked if they had interest, since I'm technically not allowed to start working on my project. So they voted, and they had interest. So now I can get it approved by my scoutmaster and the town board.
Right. So here's I'm gonna see if I can get this up here. Ready. Nope, that's not what I want. That's not what I want either. That's not what I want. You can't get that picture up there. Hold on. It's the one that's behind here. That's the very state that we're covering it up. This one, no. This one, no.
Where did I take the? Yeah. There it is. That one.
This one.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go. All right. So that was the Prairie State Railroad Club right there. That was that's our train, our 7.5 gauge train. So and I'd like to thank. It's going to take a lot of money to put the project together, like George said. And I'd like to thank all of the people that generously donated before. It's really cool. So, and if it is something that you're interested in donating, what I'd ask that you do is please send me an email at Trainbugs or send George, and I'll pass that along to George. And George has got to send out a letter, a solicitation letter, so that you can help raise funds for this. But love that help George in raising the funds, and I'm sure that would be something that we would like to. Yeah. So yeah, that's been a long time coming. James, we're not firing the tech guy. Look at this. Right there. I got that taped up. It hasn't come off once. We're not firing the tech guy.
Electrical tape. Wait.
Oh, there's an echo. Oh, sorry, man.
Think of it as like we're doing the stream in a tunnel.
Well, I'm not sure if the echo is. Let me just see if this helps out with the echo. I'm not sure what the echo is. It's the first time we've had an echo in a while. But I do know that one thing. We've got 3 people here, and we've got only 2 mics. So that might be the reason why we got the echo going. We'll see if this helps out on the echo. So,
But there's an echo now.
Stocks just went down after the technical difficulty.
what's that?
Stocks just went down after the
Oh
technical
man,
difficulty.
stocks went down.
Darn stocks.
So, humanity's hit the road. Thanks for joining us this evening. Appreciate you coming out. Don't we'll see you around the roundhouse.
Oh, it's legit, gentlemen. Oh,
All right. All right.
Yeah.
And if you're just joining us on the stream, do me a favor. Smash that like button. That's really helpful for us to get this out there on the interwebs with the algorithm and everything like that. That's really, really helpful. Invest in the GFW. That's right.
That's right. G30 Enterprises. We talk about everything, but mostly train.
Right. And money. And money.
See, G30 Trains is a penny stock that shows lots of potential. And if you buy 6 million shares for a penny each, you'd have a lot of shares. I don't
He's
know.
going to buy a place in Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Right. Hold on a second. Check something out.
But yeah, so yeah, I so I need your guys' help. I'm going to the show tomorrow, and Angel requested that I bring the JLC Big Boy and the Challenger. He wants to see the Invisalign Challenger. I'm going to bring it with the passenger train, the Union Pacific passenger train. What else should I bring?
So you're bringing the Union Pacific passenger train
Yes,
with the Great Challenger
and the JLC Big Boy.
and the JLC Big Boy. All right. I think that's it.
Just that?
Oh, you know what I was thinking? This is what I was thinking that you need to bring. Polar Express. It's Christmas time. People are going to go nuts over that.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
George coin. Oh yeah, George coin. You mean we have a new currency now? That's right, George coin. No more Doge coin. It's George coin, baby.
It's like Bitcoin. It's absolutely worthless if you want to buy trains with it.
So, hey, we talked about showing. We've got the Chicago Alton that we've shown that's been running around here, but Grandpa brought another train out to talk about on the stream here today. Is that out here and around anywhere?
Yeah, I got it.
George is going to
Let's
get.
see what this one is.
Is this a block, Papa?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Bum 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 bum.
How about that?
Look at this one, James.
It's for all down in the south here. It's called the Southern Railway. And
There you go.
and one nice thing about this engine is we got to ride in the cab of this engine.
No, we didn't.
Isn't that the one we rode down? No, that's
630 we did. This is 4501. Mikado right there.
You guys saw it.
yeah.
Ooh, look, it's smoke.
It's K-line. It smokes good.
George didn't get to see that 4501 over there. He has stayed in the cab of the 630 the whole time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Track, you gonna put that sucker on?
I don't know.
Look at that little bell on the front of it. Looks like it's ringing.
Yeah, it does.
You know what you should do, George, is you should take that out, down to the bottom track, turn it around if you can, and bring it back up to follow the Chicago Alton. That's your quest. So that's one of the fun parts about this layout is there's a lot of different train things that you can do. So right now he's going opposite direction of that Chicago Alton, but he's on a different track. And as you can see the 4501, now it's coming down from the top track to the bottom track. But what he's got to do on the bottom track, though, is he's got to slow down because he's got to follow the Super Chief down there. Now this is going to be a real tricky one because his what he's got to do down here is he's turning it down onto the
That'll work.
as he's coming through here. Now, he's following the Super Chief. But he's got to do the crossover. This is going to be a tough one. He's got to time it up just right. And he's not going to time it up this time around. Because he's got to time it up just right. And do the crossover. So he follows behind the reefer train. So down here, you can see the crossover. There comes the Super Chief. George has got to hit behind the Super Chief. And then after, I think he might be able to make it this time around.
No.
He might be able to make it. Here it comes.
Go, go, go. Oh, shoot. No, 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 no.
Look out, here comes the Santa Fe.
Oh!
Oh, wow.
All right,
Railroading at its finest.
made it through. Now he's got to follow that Santa Fe around. Or he's got to.
Gotta get in front. He's got to go back up the hill, right?
No, he's got to turn it around so it's going the opposite direction. Here's where it gets really tricky.
No 5-finger switching a lot.
Ooh, this is a good way. So this is going to be tough.
What happens? They're working on it, Isaiah.
Jordan's trying to devise his plan.
Oh shoot!
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Well, this is going to be good, though. Because now that one's turning.
No. Doesn't fit through here with the stuff, the hat and stuff like that. They don't hit it, and then it'll be like get caught on stuff, and then Godzilla will fall.
Hey, Nick's Crossing. Welcome to the stream. How was Ghostbusters?
Yeah, you're right, Randall. That could have ended real bad right there. This is what we call as an example of
So you should
genius.
stop the Super Chief.
I bet you I could get it.
Ooh, dang. Jordan going to try and run it head on.
Oh, my God.
For those of you just joining us, George is trying to turn around the Southern 4501, which is behind Godzilla over here. It was running the opposite direction of the Chicago and Alton, which is running on the top track. He's trying to turn that around so that it can run behind the Chicago and Alton.
Yeah. We should have picked a shorter train.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Right back there. There's the 4501. There's the cab forward's coming through here. There's the cab forward.
No.
It was a mad dash. It's not going to happen. No! Oh! Joe McDokes!
There we go, folks.
Joe McDokes!
Going back up the hill.
Now don't go running.
There you have it, folks. And that's why this layout's so fun.
When you have masterful engineers like these two, this is just fun to watch. That was an example of good railroading, right, guys?
You got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
Bill, I agree with you. An inch is as good as a mile, especially when it's with my two engines.
You want to watch me do it again?
No.
Grandpa, why don't you sit over here?
I'm good. I'm good. Oh. See if you can sync the speed of the two together.
Okay. Anyways,
That's a remarkably nice little detailed engine, the little Mikado here.
oh yeah, amazing. That's faux show. Alrighty.
You did it, George. You did it. Bill Co says, remind me of some Buster Keaton son.
Actually, it reminds me of Joe McDokes, remember? For
Joe
those of you guys that
McDokes.
haven't, don't know about Joe McDokes, you got to Google it. So you want to run a railroad. It's Joe McDokes. You got to watch it. It's about a 8-minute short subject. It's really worth watching.
Hey, by the way, how are we doing on the echo? We still got that echo? I've been trying to chase that problem. Hopefully I got it fixed. Might not have gotten it fixed. But so James says I have one request. When I bring a new and improved routes and I run it on the upper track, you bet. You bet for sure. Nick Strauss is saying Gomez Adams in the house. You're gonna run trains, man. You got to run them with a little
Excitement.
bit of risk and a little bit of excitement, especially when they're not your trains.
Yes. Yeah, you know what? If you guys can see, watch when these go around. You look at the wheel revolutions, and you see this Pacific with the big wheels is catching the Mikado with the small freight wheels.
Sit over here, George. You can sit in the middle.
Hey George, put the 4141 on and press aux 3.
That was fun. Yeah, when you hit aux 3 last week when we were doing it.
Yeah.
Dale
through the sheep. Hey, maybe this will be. I wish I were in the land of cotton, old times there, and I've forgotten. Look away, look away, look away.
Yep.
That'd be the way Southern Railroad would put it.
Yeah, the Southern.
Western and Atlantic.
So one of the cool things about the Southern is I never. So there were two railroads that I should have known more about, but I never really knew much about. One of them was the Illinois Central, and that one I didn't realize that one had such a deep Southern
Heritage.
roots. Yeah, deep Southern heritage.
But its headquarters was Chicago.
Yeah. But it ran mostly north and south. It was one of
It's
the
a North-South Railroad, yes. Right, and then it went out to Iowa. It had some stuff out in Iowa, but mostly north and south.
So,
Another railroad
You
that
think
you don't think ran north and south was the Rock Island. Ran from Minnesota to Texas.
right.
You used one of the Twin Star
Right.
rocket.
so do you think we could do a segment on how I pack my trains for train shows?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, let's do that.
That would be interesting.
George loves his trade show stuff.
Wait, hold on.
Uh-oh, are we going to start the
All right,
segment
hold on a
now?
second.
Oh,
George,
Because it's getting late, and I gotta get to bed soon.
it's 9 o'clock. Oh,
yeah, George has got to get up early in the morning.
so he's going to do packing trains.
All right. So here we got a no scale hauler. This is what I use to pack my trains for train shows, right? So in here we have my E7s, which are gonna come out. I'm not gonna bring this set with me. Here is one of the Fleet of Modernism cars. Ooh. Actually, we can put that on right where the UP train's gonna go, since that's what I'm taking with me. All right. So that is the wrong box. That is my reefer train box. This is the box that has the Fleet of Modernism inside in it. So we're gonna take that out real quick, kind of show you guys what's inside. So here's the sound card for the set. Pretty neat, pretty neat. And I'm going to take cars out. So I can put the other set in there. Now,
So you have to, George, you have to only got one traveling box. So you have to put the Union Pacific cars in place of the Penske cars. Huh?
yes, because I brought the Penske cars last month or last 2 weeks ago, something like that. Alrighty, up we go. Here is the alrighty, and that is pretty much the box can hold 6 passenger cars, which is pretty neat. The only problem is I'm gonna have to find another box for all the rest of my passenger cars that are part of the UP set. But yeah, let me quick grab those cars and kind of show you guys how I'm gonna pack them. A lot of foam that's involved in these bad boys, but it's kind of cool. They're in these like, it's almost like a big giant like baseball card box.
Is that where you got them? Baseball cards?
No, I bought them from Tim, actually, Tim Ferron. But there's a guy that used to make them, and he did a final sale, and Tim bought a bunch, and I asked Tim to buy some for me. So that he did. So here is the first car to my UP passenger train. I'm gonna put the observation car in first. And so basically each thing has, or each like kind of box requires 4 pieces of foam, and if you can see, I put in a piece right here. And then I'm going to get a piece right over here, and then from there I put 2 foam blocks in, kind of to keep the car from rolling back and forth. And I put a foam piece on top of it, and that's basically what I do for all the cars, every single one of them. So yeah, let me pull up, grab some more cars. But this is my oh shoot, that could have been catastrophic. And I think I have 7 cars to this train, so pretty cool. Oh, they can't even see me. Can they see me? Oh yeah. But yeah, so quick
It's
packing.
like the Mikados are eventually going to catch the
Welcome to the stream there, Samurai Acro. Good to have you here. George is finishing up, packing up, or actually just starting to pack up some stuff for the train show that he's going tomorrow, showing everybody what he's packing and how he's packing that.
Bilko, you're absolutely right.
Oh, it's Samurai Orca, not Arca. My eyes are failing me here. Sorry about that. Welcome to the stream. Hey, do me a favor and smash that like button if you would. If you're just coming into the stream, smash that like button. It really helps out with the algorithm, helps out getting out there. So what you packing there? Tell everybody what you're packing. Show everybody what you're packing, George.
All right.
George is packing a huge.
So I'm packing my Challenger UP set, like you said earlier. And each box holds about 6 passenger cars. So, and I think I have 8 passenger cars, so I'm gonna have to fit a couple in the engine box. So here's one of the cars to my Challenger set. Pretty neat looking. One of my favorites. But holy moly, yes. All right, so. And then I'll put this over. Let me go get a couple more cars. I'll get the sound cart next. That's next in line. All right. Here's a sound car. Basically, how I do it is I put the car in the case, and I'll take a piece of foam, and put one on each side of the car. And then I'll put another blocker foam in between so that it doesn't roll around. Foam on top. And I'll do that. I got one more space for one more car. So I'm going to go grab shoot. Oh, come on. The baggage car.
Samurai work.
Samurai, what do you mean in all of it costs? The boxes that George is putting the trains in, or all the trains that we've got here? That those boxes, I think George paid around $100 for, right?
Yeah. You can't get them anymore, though. So that's the problem.
Uh-oh. Got a controller that Alco is. The Southern's catching the Alton.
Oh.
What number is the Southern?
45. But yeah. So then from there, that's how I pack the passenger train. And so that's one box. Now the engine box is kind of tricky.
Hey, Bernsey, how you doing? Welcome to the stream.
I have my E7s in it right now. Pretty neat engines. Some of my favorites. So yeah, all right. I am not sure what I have in this box. I think I actually have the JLC Big Boy and Challenger. So if I do, that means I don't have to pack anything more. And then I'm going to bring the Polar Express as well. So that'll be neat. Let's see.
Well, listen, George. Where did you get those boxes again?
So I got them, or they're O-scale hauler boxes. The only problem is you can't get them anymore. They stopped production last year, which is why I got my two when I did, because I would not have another opportunity to get them. Let's check out what I got in here. But yeah, so that's they're O-scale hauler boxes. They're made by a guy on OGR called the Laid Off Stick, who makes them, or made them, and yeah, he went bankrupt, so he can't make them anymore. Good news, I have the engines packed, but I'll show you guys how to pack the Polar Express. I'll go grab it. But yeah, so, but there are plenty of ways to make these boxes, which is kind of neat. They're pretty simple. Just got to be creative and know how to cut foam. But yeah, so here I got the tender for the Polar Express. And normally when you use these O-scale haulers, you're going to want the tenders in the middle. It can fit two big boys. The tenders normally go in the middle. But since I'm only been putting one engine in this O-scale hauler, I'm going to put the engine in the middle and the car and the tender on the outside. Actually, the engine and tender might fit in together. We'll see. Here's the Polar Express. And maybe the tender? Oh, yeah, look at that. That's cool. So the Polar Express and the tender both fit in the same box. Look at that. So,
Hey, Isaiah, thanks for coming to the stream tonight. Glad to have you with us.
gonna put the foam in.
James asked, where's the show? It's in Princeton, Illinois. Where exactly? Do you know where exactly?
Fairground.
Yeah.
There's the fairgrounds there, evidently. County Fair. Okay, you already put that on there.
And a happy birthday to you there, Samurai Orca.
George's packing here is getting pretty interesting. I envy him the way he gets to transport his trains around.
What else should I bring? I got room for one more.
You got the Polar Express in there? Are you going to bring any Polar Express cars or no?
Yeah, but they're already in the boxes, so I don't have to take them out.
Oh, that's good.
Like,
One more car?
I guess I can bring the presidential car.
That's a cool one. Why don't you show everyone the presidential car?
Oh. So
yeah,
here,
we're going to do more videos of that Polar Express. I think that's one that everybody likes. We've got 2 videos on it right now. One of them's a real cool one on the old G's layout over it. If you haven't seen it, you're going to have to check that out again. Good night, Artie. Thanks for coming. Have a great Thanksgiving holiday. You got it. You got it. We'll see you next Friday. Black Friday. That's the anniversary of our 24-hour live stream next Friday.
Oh
George.
boy!
hey, guess what? We're not doing it again.
Whoa, 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 whoa! That brings you another PBS commercial.
There we go.
24 hours of contributions for George's. George,
Yes.
you think of the possibilities. 24 hours of people donating to you.
Well, I'm not allowed to do that. I can't do that. For
Well,
my,
they're not donating to you. They're donating to the project.
but I still can't do that.
Why? You can't do it in a live stream. You can't, unfortunately, do like a
Telethon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would if I could. Yeah. That would probably be like, I would do that. Yeah, most definitely. But unfortunately, I cannot. Wah, wah.
So, Grandpa,
Yeah.
where? So you're gonna go out to Utah, huh? See
Your
my
sister.
sister Annette.
Yeah.
And then while you're out there, you're gonna go out to the
Nevada Southern.
Nevada Southern. Well, tell us about the Nevada Southern. You've been
Well,
out there before.
Nevada Southern Museum is down by Boulder, Nevada. It's really a neat thing. They have what I got down there is I was able to drive the Union Pacific 844 GP 38, I think it is, a couple 3 years ago, and I got to spend I think it was an hour throttle time driving it up and down the railroad, which was really quite an experience for me. I always wanted to drive an engine like that, and I got my chance there. And I don't know if they still do that anymore or not, but it seems like the thing they have you doing now is these pedicars, which Wally could tell you more about.
Rail Explorers.
Rail Explorers, yeah, and you pedal the cars. What is about 4 miles or something like that?
I'd say about 3.
It's about 6, I'd say.
Oh, really?
6 miles.
Yeah.
It'll probably take a lot longer than it did in the GP38.
Is it just you and Grandma, or are you gonna go with Antoinette and Uncle Greg?
All 4 of us, I'm sure.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah,
I got the hiccups going on here. So you're going to go on the rail cars. We've done a video of the rail cars, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
You have to check it out. It's called Rail Explorers, and if you haven't seen it yet on the DFW train, we did it about Easter time this last year, and we had a great time on that. We got to ride back on the ST40
SDP40F.
STP40F, that's the one. It's painted up in Missouri colors. Yep.
I wonder how they'll take us back, probably by bus with my luck.
No, what they do is you ride out there,
And they follow you.
and then they bring the train out, and they hook up all the cars
and then
on
you
the back of
ride
the train, and then you ride
in
back.
the train back.
Yep. really cool.
I bet you'll ride on the SDP 40F. It's privately owned.
It is.
The museum?
No, the
The
engine.
engine?
Yeah. Yeah, it was really neat. The last time we were there, we got a chance to ride in it. The gentleman that owned it actually owned
He invited me in the cab.
right.
Did you drive? Did you get right the trip back in the cab, or did you ride?
No, we rode it in the back, and it wasn't until later when we were taking some video, we were asking about it. The guy's like, "Would you like to meet the owner?" So we said, "Yeah." And then we met the owner, and the owner says, "Hey, would you like to come in the cab?"
Let me blow the horn. Not whistle. Horn.
Anita blew the horn too. Remember how we made it seem like she broke it when she did that?
Yeah. Yeah, it scared the crap out of her. The guy was playing along with us too.
Poor Anita, when she went to blow the horn, it made a real loud song, and we acted like she broke something.
Oh no! What? I gotta buy the engine.
Samurai Orga says that we made a video about Southern Pacific trains. Have we done one on the daylight yet, George?
No, actually, that's gonna be next show. Or I want to bring the daylight out with Tim, or all the SP stuff we have, the scale SP stuff we have. And have you heard the Southern Pacific song, the Southern Pacific Roll On song?
No, I think you should sing it.
It's okay. We'll do it another day.
Yeah.
But we're gonna make a video on that, a kind of a music video on that with all the SP stuff we have. So he's got a cab forward, I have a cab forward, and then he's got his GS6, and then I got my RGS4.
Very cool. Very cool.
All right, let me.
So you're all packed up?
Yeah.
Boy, that was quick.
Not bad. He's got the freedom modernism in the spot where the Union Pacific was, and bing, bang, bing. He done.
Probably take the Mikado off and start putting that away too.
Hey, check it out. It's Diego Diaz in the house.
I love this.
Diego! That's Anita's boyfriend.
Oh, damn.
Well, actually, I'm not sure if they're dating, but they're talking.
They're talking. Oh, Diego Diaz.
All right, Diego. You're on the scrutiny here. That's all I got to say.
One thing you never want to do is mess with the old man.
And the old man's man. And the older brother.
Yeah.
Got a tough crowd here. You better say you like the stream.
He said, this is bonkers. Diego's in my AP hug class.
You learn how to hug? Some advanced placement hug?
Yes.
Ooh, look at that. Joe must be getting an 8. Hey, smash that like button if you would. We certainly appreciate it around here on the stream. See, the PRR fans says it would be cool to have a cab view tour of the layout. That would be cool.
You know, we did. You know what? He's got for the layout, and I think this would be a project after Christmas that should be done.
I'm voting you head of the committee to do it.
We got some really neat camera possibilities.
I don't know how to get them up on the screen.
Well, make a video of it.
How?
Well, how do you make a video out of anything?
All right. Anyways, just stop. Just.
I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
If you want to figure out how to do it, that's good. I don't know how to do it.
All right. We'll find somebody that knows how to do it. You can put the camera car. You can put the dome car on the front or somewhere. We have it facing forward.
So Lionel came out with a couple of really neat cars. They came out with a dome car that had a camera in it. They came out with a caboose that had a camera with it, and then a observation car that had a camera in it. And the camera that we've got 3 of those cars actually. We've got 2 of the cabooses, and then we've got 1 in the dome car. I agree. It's a really neat car, and they've got really neat footage that it comes out. But there isn't, or at least I'm not aware a way that I can put it up on the live stream, a way that I can record it. So yeah, that's where I just don't know how to do it. But they're really neat cars. Hey, if you haven't seen them already, we've got the Union Pacific Dome car, and we've got the two cabooses. We've got a Norfolk Southern caboose, and the Santa Fe caboose. They're both really neat. Brett Ellison says, "Nice, George. I'm sure the Santa Fe Queen appreciates that."
Oh yeah, yeah.
So James says, "Did you know K-Line took the USRA Pacifics with the New York Central road name and repainted them plain black? Technically, 515 is a surviving New York Central 462."
That's cool. But it ain't as cool as the GFW 515.
That's right. That's right.
All right.
Beauty Tech says we need a GoPro camera to go around with the train. Yep. Like I said, we've got the cars. It's just I'm not technical enough to understand how to. There's another program that you can use when you live stream that can feed the video in. But with the program that we use, StreamYards, I don't know how to get the video from a camera. Suppose we could do this. It's too big. I don't know how to get video from a live camera that is on the phone, or not the phone, but on the caboose up onto the screen. It's harder than it sounds. So until then, unfortunately, this is what you get. Hey, Bear Creek Woodworking's in the house. Welcome to the stream.
You want me to take it off?
Might as well.
Yeah.
Welcome to the stream. So yeah, we're getting close to 2.5 hour mark. I know that George has got to go to bed, so they can get up early tomorrow to go to the train show that he's going to. And my co-hosts have run out of words here. George is packing up, and my dad's busy rolling the train slow and getting ready to take off the track. So glad that everybody could join us this evening. I am glad that we could bring another live stream out to you. I hope everybody's getting ready to have a great weekend. We've had a real good Fast Friday hanging out talking trains, that's for sure. So if you're just joining us, we got some cool trains that we were running out. We had the Southern Railroad 4501, which was a K-Line engine. And then we also have...
This controller doesn't work with Alton, does it?
No.
We also have a Chicago
65
Pacific,
in
the
there.
Lionel train.
Let me have the other
You
controller.
guys got the microphone so everybody can hear what you're saying. All right. So I think that's my cue when both of them are handing me the microphones that we're going to cut the stream over here. Why don't you guys hold the microphones back up to your mouths, and we'll end the stream here. So hey, once again, everybody, thank you so much for coming to the stream on and hanging out with us. Right.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you very much for everybody putting up with us. I hope to see you again real soon.
And like I've said my speech once already tonight, but hey guys, we've created a really neat part of YouTube out here, and we've got a really neat community of YouTube content creators and model railroad hobbyists. It's neat that every Friday we have a chance to hang out, talk trains, and do our Fast Friday live stream. So hey, stay with it. Keep the synergy going. Let's keep coalescing. It's been a lot of fun doing this, and a lot of fun. Support each other, and hey, we'll see you around the roundhouse.
Don't let the caboose on the way out. Oh, don't let the caboose hit you on the way out.
And we'll see you next Friday on GFW Trains Fast Friday.
See you soon.
Bash.
Bash. There we go. All right. Have a great weekend,
just
everybody.
a reminder, it wasn't me.
Yeah, and just a reminder,
It wasn't
me. Wasn't me. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night.